everyone, welcome back to my channel Code with Hafiz. My name is Hafizullah Masoudi, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can install Laravel 9 fresh project and also Vue Js version 3. So to start, head to the laravel.com and let's go to documentation. And in here, as you can see, Laravel 9.x is already selected and we want to install it using Composer. So in the list, let's select installation via Composer. And now you can see to install Laravel 9, we can just say Composer create project Laravel/Laravel and then our project name. So let's start a terminal or open a terminal. Well, I will install it in my XAMPP directory, and if you are using Windows, so you can have WAMP or either XAMPP installed in your Windows and C directory. So let's go to cd opt/lamp/htdocs, and in here let's say Composer create -project and Laravel/Laravel, and let's name it Laravel 3 and press enter. So guys, our fresh Laravel 9 project has been installed successfully. Now let's head to the project directory. So for that we can say cd Laravel 3, or guys, before that I have to give some access to this folder. And if you are using Windows, so skip this step because it's not needed for you. And if you are using Ubuntu or Linux or any Linux distribution, you have to give some access to that folder. So let's say sudo chmod -r and 757 and then Laravel 3 and press enter. Yeah. Now let's go to our project directory. So cd Laravel 3 and let's open it with Visual Studio Code. So code dot, and what I will do is put it inside another workspace for me to manage it very easily. So let's put it in here and let's select our browser, and now you can see I can switch between them very easily. Now the next part is, guys, let's head to the Visual Studio Code, and what we will do is open the terminal. Well, let's zoom it a little bit for you to see better. So I will open the terminal here, and in the terminal, to install Vue Js version 3, we have to use Node.js package managers, and instead of node npm or Node.js package managers, we can use yarn package manager also. I have both installed, and if you want to use them, first of all you have to install Node.js in your system, and if you want to use yarn, then you can install yarn using npm. Well guys, to install Vue Js latest version, we can just say yarn and then add, and we want to install it in our dev dependencies, so we can say --dev, and then let's say vue at next for installing the latest version of Vue Js, and then we can say press enter. As you guys can see, it has been installed successfully. And if we check our package.json, let's go to package.json, you can see now we have this Vue version 3.2.31 as our dev dependency. So guys, the next thing is to install a Vue Js compiler, and it's a little bit different for Vue Js version 3. And instead of installing Vue template compiler, we have to install compiler-sfc. So let's install it, and we will install it also as our dev dependency. So let's say yarn add then -dev, and then let's say at vue/ compiler -sfc, and we want to install it the latest version as a latest version, so we can say @next, and then we can say enter. And in here you can see it shows us the versions of the compilers. Well, we can install the latest version, so let's say we want to install 3.2.31, so press enter, and you can see it has been also installed successfully. And now you can see we have this node modules folder also available in our project, which lists all the dependencies. So guys, let's close the terminal for now, and in here you can see we have now our Vue compiler also listed in the dependencies. So let's close the package.json file also, and now we have to set up Vue.js in our app.js file. So we can go to resources, js, and app.js, and in here let's press enter. And first of all we have to import our Vue, so for that we can say import curly braces, and let's create an app, and let's say from Vue, and in here let's import a component also. Well, we will do that in a moment, but before that let's say const app to create our new app, and it should equal to the create app that we imported from the Vue. So create app parenthesis curly braces, and then we have to mount our Laravel blade to this app component. So we can do that by saying app.mount, and inside here we can declare the ID for that Laravel blade or HTML element. So let's say app, and save the file. Well, it won't work because we have to import Vue in our Laravel mix file also. So let's do that. Let's go to webpack.mix.js at the bottom of the files. So in here we have to say .vue parenthesis, just like that. Let's close this file, and now let's run yarn run watch to compile the changes and see if we have any errors or not. So let's open the terminal, and in here let's say yarn run watch to compile all the changes. Well guys, for the first time you run yarn run watch, it will install some additional dependencies, and it will throw you an error, which is not actually an error. You can just run yarn run watch again, and this time it will hopefully run successfully. As you guys can see, it compiled successfully without any errors. Now we can close this file, and the next part is to let's create a component and import it in our Vue blade, or sorry, Laravel blade, to check if our Vue.js is working just fine. So we can import it after creating our app. So let's say import, and we want to name it example component, and let's say from /components, which is the folder we will create in a moment, and then the file example component.vue. And after that we have to add this component to the app we created. So we can do that after we create the app, so in middle between here. So in here let's say app.component, and then we want to create an example component, so example -component, and comma, we want to use the example component we just imported. So save the file, and we have an error because we don't have this example component. Now let's create it. Let's right click on JS folder and new folder, let's say components, and inside this components folder we want to say new file, and let's say example component.vue. And inside here, let's open our template tags, and let's say we want an h1 hello world, and let's also export it. So script tags, and we want to say, let's say setup and parentheses. Well, instead of data we have to say like this, and in Vue Js version 2 you had to use data and then return the objects, but in Vue Js 3 you have to say setup, then colon, parentheses, and it should be an arrow function, and then we can say parentheses, curly braces, and then we can return some objects. So let's create an object by the name of title, and in here let's say how to install Laravel 9 and Vue Js 3. Let's import this component at the top in our template also. Let's cut it, create a div and paste it, and let's say hdo and double curly braces and then title to render the title. Save it, and the build was successfully. And now we have to use this example component in our Laravel blade. So what we can do is go to our views file and welcome blade. Let me close the sidebar for you to see better. And in here we don't need these styles, so let's remove them, but we need our CSS file which we compiled. So we can do that by saying link and double curly braces, and in here let's use the asset function, and now let's say css/app.css, and we don't need this div in the body also, so let's remove it and let's create our own div with the ID of app. And inside this div we want to load the components, so let's say example hyphen component and press tab, and at the bottom we have to import our scripts also. So script tag, and let's declare a source for it, double curly braces, then use asset function of Laravel, and then let's say js/app.js. Now save the file. I think we are good to go. Now let's head to the browser and check our code if it works or not. So let's open a new tab here, and before we go to the project URL, we have to run our XAMPP. So let's go to the XAMPP, and in here I will just say sudo lamp. Let's open a new terminal, and in here let's say sudo lamp/lamp start, and it's working. Now let's go to the browser, localhost 3000 / and now let's say Laravel 3/public, and as you guys can see, our component is working just fine. And if we inspect the elements and go to console, you can see we don't have any errors, and if we check the view, you can see we have this example component loaded. So guys, this means our Vue Js version 3 is working just fine, and I hope you enjoyed watching the video. And if you enjoyed watching the video, don't forget to give the thumbs up and also share it with your friends. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe to my channel for support. So thanks for watching guys. See you guys in the next video.